Welcome, everyone, wherever in the world you are. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Gameyaaad channel, where we practice with a purpose and play with passion. Now, we will be looking on the T20 series between Australia and England, which would have concluded a few days ago. And it's really a shame that the rain would have played a part in the outcome of that series. I think the last game would have been a very exciting one. In fact, I was looking forward to that game. As you would have known, Australia would have played brilliantly in the first game. Travis Head would have played a fantastic innings. It was a very I really like to watch Travis Head bat, especially when he's unsung. Then the second game, Liam Livingstone played a brilliant innings of 87 runs. That was a very, very good innings, and it shows some maturity also from Liam Livingstone. He's one of the senior guys right now in the team. In my estimation. So I was very disappointed that the rain in Manchester, would have affected the outcome of that series. Now all attention is now towards the ODI series, and we are going to look on the main players in the lineup of both teams. For Australia, as you will see now on the screen, Australia, in my estimation, is a very strong squad as it relates to experienced players as well as young players. It's a very good balance in my estimation. Based on what I have seen, Australia seems to be focusing on the Champions Trophy coming up next year because of the senior players they would have drafted into the ODI series. And in fact, I thought after they would have won the World Cup 50 over World Cup in India last year, I thought many of the senior players would have retired, on and high, but I noticed that they did not retire. So from there, I am thinking that Australia has a keen eye on the ICC Champions Trophy coming up next year. So their squad, they would have brought in 4 of their senior players, namely Steve Smith, Marnus Labuschagne, Glenn Maxwell, and Mitchell Starc. The only senior player that is absent would have been Pat Cummins, the current captain of the Test team, the Red Ball team. I think Pat Cummins has been given some rest, I suspect, because he would have taken part in the IPL. And I think Pat Cummins would have made it clear that he wanted to play red ball cricket. So I suspect that, that's one of the reasons why he would have been rested for this series, because he wanted to play more red ball cricket. So the new captain is Mitch Marsh. He's a very good all-rounder. In fact, I think Australia has some very good all-rounders in Mitch Marsh, Glenn Maxwell, and Cameron Green. But I think this series, Australia may have, some issues as it relates to the top order. I know the coach would have mentioned that they have 6 players that they want to at the top order. But with the retirement of Warner, that leave a hole in the top order. I've seen where they would have used Steve Smith in the test match, and also they would have used Jake Fraser McGurk. I think he made the highest run that he would have made, I believe, was 40. So that's a very average score for a top order. So I think in this series he would have, wanted to make a name for himself at the top of the order. And I think also Australia may have some issues, because if they push Steve Smith back to number 4, then Cameron Green, there will be an issue with Cameron Green there as well. Because as you would have seen, Cameron Green, I think at number 6 is not the best position for him. I think he has been playing very well at batting at number 4. So it's something that the Australians need to look into, and I think they will get it right. In terms of the bowling attack, it's a very strong bowling attack, with the exclusion of Pat Cummins. I think Australia is a very rounded squad. So I think they have a keen eye on the Champions Trophy, having, selected a very strong and well-balanced squad. See, at this point, I would like you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button if you enjoy the content of this video, and also to share the link with your friends and families. Let's run on to the England squad. Their lineup, I think they have the same issue like Australia, because in England, I'm not sure where Ben Duckett will bat. You have Eric Brook, you have Will Jack, Jamie Smith. I'm not sure where all these players will bat. Also Liam Livingston, not sure where he will bat. I'm not sure. So I think they will have the same issue. I think I like Jamie Smith though. I hope that he will get a chance in this series to play. I've watched him play against West Indies in the recently concluded series, and I was very impressed with his technique. I think he made 95 at Edgbaston and also a 70 at Lords. It was a very, very technical, innings. If you have the chance, you can go and watch those highlights. He's a very technical batsman, and I hope he will get the chance in this England lineup. With Josh Butler out, I think he has a calf injury. So the captain will be Harry Brook. I think he's a very good player. He plays all format of the game. I think he has some experience now under his belt, and I'm really excited to see what he will do in this in this series as it relates to his leadership and decision making skills. But I think what really, excite me as it relates to the England squad is would be the bowlers. Jafra is back. I really, excited to see what he will, do. I really hope that he will keep fit and healthy in the Ashes coming up next year. So imagine Jafra Archer and Mark Wood bowling. I think that would be some exciting prospects there. And also, there is talks now about Gus Atkinson. So if these bowlers can really keep fit, I mean, we have some excited cricket to watch this year and next year. And also I want to mention the fact that India will be touring Australia for around this year. I think it's during November. So India would have beaten Australia the last 2 times they went to Australia. And I'm sure Australia do not want a three-peat. I'm sure they will, put out their best effort to prevent that from happening. That's not a good thing in any sport, beaten at home 3 times in a row. So I'm sure. So that's another good series that we are looking forward to. So, I mean, there's a lot of good cricket coming up, especially the longer format of the game. So I'm just encouraging you to stay tuned. I will seek to give an analysis, post-match analysis of the game on Thursday, so you can stay tuned for that. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and put in the comment how do you think this game will go, this series. Who will win the series and by how many? So please, comment and just share your thoughts in the comment section, and stay tuned for more, cricket videos going forward. Thank you and God bless you.